Hello, everybody. This is my radio channeled message, is what I'm going to be calling this. It allows me a lot more spontaneity when I am in that vibration of sharing without having to focus on hair and makeup and lighting. So, this is a share tied to ego death themes and this integration process that's going on. The guides brought this in last spring, but the timing wasn't quite right. And now I'm feeling a big green light flashing on sharing this with you now. So ego death, this is also known as ego dissolution, and it refers to a profound experience where your sense of self, personal identity is temporarily lost or dissolved. And this experience can be quite transformative, leading to a deeper sense of interconnectedness with the world and a shift in perspective on self and reality. Ego death can and is experienced often both positively and negatively. The positive effects is that it often leads to personal growth, increased empathy, spiritual awakening, and a reevaluation of life's priorities. Negatively, you can experience fear, some existential anxiety or disorientation during or after this experience, and these effects can be distressing without proper understanding. This can be experienced as the death of relationships, social connections, former interests, and even in a more mundane level of appliances, health, and one's very orientation towards life and living. Remember, we're interfacing with what we even think of as inanimate objects that really do carry vibration and frequency. And often this process is actually leading you into more of a surrender energy or allowing and letting this take its natural course while deepening your awareness into states of compassion and trusting the journey. And the guides say this is a very real process of frequency integration that is occurring, and it's changing cellular replication, communication, and behavior. This in turn affects the parasympathetic system, the heart, the gut, and the mitochondria in both the gut and the brain. These components are learning new tricks or operational systems, if you will. We're delving a bit into the science and mechanics of this process. It's very helpful to embrace quiet states and process these changes vibrationally, while also communicating your experiences, feelings, and awareness, whether this is writing them down or with a trusted other. This is extremely beneficial to the human mind because it validates experiences. And as you are tracking these changes, you tend to find others that are experiencing similar symptoms. Given that we're born into a planet with herd energy, it's natural for us to look to others to assess how they are managing these frequency systems. So connecting with like-minded people, groups, is very helpful, as is connecting more deeply with oneself and acknowledging these inner shifts. This process will continue for some time, and everyone is different, of course. It may be a year or two, and then things clear, and then there's another surrendering process that comes in. We are clearing a lot of density and patterns in our biological system and psychological, spiritual systems. They say looking ahead to 2026, 27, 28, these years will be significant for consciously using and directing these energies. This means being able to tune in and access information that can guide your path in functional ways, as well as in mental themes and awareness. You'll learn to trust this process more, is what they're saying. We also foresee some planetary stressors, such as, of course, the solar arrays, plasma fields, radiation, beginning to normalize for a certain percentage of the population. Within these areas, your dedication and perseverance with spirituality will pay off in a conscious, satisfying, and abundant manner. You're learning to integrate higher mind knowledge and faster information that is becoming increasingly available. This journey is akin to an airplane or helicopter learning to fly beyond Earth's atmosphere. This flying machine requires regular maintenance, fuel, rest, lubrication, protection, as it expands into the upper atmosphere over the next 2 to 3 years. However, this process is not yet self-directing for most people. Rest assured that everything is unfolding perfectly. If changes occurred too quickly, it would stress your biological system. There is intelligence and wisdom at play here. Much of the fear-mongering stems from a limited human perspective. You are opening up to more expansive perspectives and different functional qualities tied to faster dimensional energies or frequencies. And these energetics are part of a larger system, the soul system, that may seem out of phase, but is actually undergoing reconstruction within your body matrix and cellular structure. This process involves phasing out those darker or heavier threads, like electrical wires, that have magnetized human interactions in unpleasant ways. However, this phasing out contributes to rebuilding your system so it can reharmonize in a lighter, vibratory way. Think of these as fuses that are blowing out quickly, that are attached to similar patterns, bringing about low vibrational experiences with others. Although complex, this analogy helps explain how blown fuses can be released from your system so they no longer disrupt your electrical balance. In biological terms, we can liken blowing fuses to cellular sentience or apoptosis. Cellular okay. This stops the cells from dividing and they enter permanent growth arrest without dying due to stressors like DNA damage or oxidative stress. Apoptosis is a programmed cell death that removes the damaged or unnecessary cells to maintain tissue homeostasis. Both processes act as protective mechanisms against damaged cell proliferation. They get very technical here. So you may encounter this intermittently, but have moved through a phase where its intensity has decreased because many blown fuses have been cleared from your system. This allows you to operate in a more unified field of light and frequency. As you purge old timeline energy while creating new higher dimensional ones, You undergo a cellular upgrade similar to the fuse analogy mentioned earlier. Your body operates in a lower dimension than where your cells are now ascending. This causes some chaos in your field, but ultimately leads to growth. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoy a one-on-one session with me, my links are below. Also, my second dimensional awakening, the human journey class, is beginning in mid-January. Wishing you a continued compassionate journey.